Well, hello everyone. This is Wilson Cole, and we're doing a series on AI and how you can utilize it in your systems with credit and collections management and just better practices as far as in the back office. And the number one, or the very first series, I won't to discuss how you can use AI. And when I'm using AI, when we're using AI here, we use it quite a bit. You can use it on some things, you cannot use it on some others, which we're going to discuss in detail. But I'm excited because it's a lot of the same things that I have been talking about for 33 years on how to manage credit lines, how to stay on top of your clients and make sure they pay, and how to set all of that up. A lot of things you can now automate. And so the very first video that we were going to do on this was, and I want you, whether you use Gemini, whether you use the other ones, I use ChatGPT, just so I'm going to be a little bit more familiar with it. But all of them work basically the same. You can set up a workspace, you can set up an agent, something along those lines. But what I want you to do is start using AI to set credit lines. You know, a lot of our staffing clients come into us and they're owed $40, $50, $60, $70,000 by a company that never had more than a $5,000 credit line. And, it's kind of like with a credit card. Somebody can be a wonderful $3,000 credit risk, but they're a horrible $50,000 credit risk. And, one thing that I used to always say is, if somebody picked up the phone and said, hey, can I borrow $50,000? I can give you a couple of people that I've done business with, and I'm a nice guy. You'd laugh. You'd say, no, I'm not going to do that. Well, whenever you're sending out staffing or whether you're sending out contractors, you're in essence doing that. You may be doing it at a higher return, but you're definitely loaning money. So you need to treat it like a bank. The biggest thing that you can do is set up on your workspace what the credit parameters would be. And basically the formula that we've always used is, number one, you want to get 3 trade references. And, if somebody's doing 20,000, somebody's doing 5,000, somebody's doing 10,000. I never want to be the biggest house in the neighborhood. I don't want to be the creditor that is owed by the vendor the largest amount. It just doesn't typically work out well. So you want to be kind of there in the average, but also you need to balance that with what their average bank balances are. And, what you do, and you can do it a couple of different ways, but banks will give you what their average balance. Mid-4 is a mid-4 figure, a mid-5 is a mid-5, a low-5 is a low-5 figure account. You never want to extend more than what their average balances are, because if they only have an average balance of $5,000 and you give them a $50,000 credit, you will never, ever mathematically be able to get them to pay you off, because they're just not going to have the cash flow. So use AI to set up your credit. Take a look at your best clients. Enter all that data into ChatGPT. And put in their payment records, their background records, and say, okay, this is the very best client. Now, how do I set up the others? There's going to be some neat things, and we're going to get into more on this AI series. As I tell all of our people here, nobody's getting replaced with AI, but you're going to get enhanced as heck on AI, because there's just certain things that AI can do much quicker, assessing, especially when it comes to assessing credit and things along those lines. You can start building that knowledge base for you as well. And so what you want to do is get into whatever, I'm going to use ChatGPT, for instance, but start working a workspace, start loading in your best client information. You can remove, because there are some copyright issues and some data and things on those lines and privacy issues, but start loading what that, client A, client B, client C in there. And then that starts giving you kind of the overview, and it starts letting you know what kind of credit line that you can set. So this is series 1. We're going to have multiple videos where we're going to kind of break it down in bite-sized pieces, but that's what I'd like for you to do this week. Also, if we can help you with collections, visit us over at staffingdebt.com, book a meeting with one of our credit and collections consultants, and we'll be more than happy to talk about your collection issue.